KARDEA'S Cuisine. On this episode of KARDEA'S Cuisine, I will be showing you all how to make lean mac and cheese. That's right, I am making a leaner version of my fatty mac and cheese. Okay guys, here are the ingredients you'll need for the recipe. You'll need a few pinches of salt, granulated garlic, cumin, ground mustard seeds, dried parsley flakes, frozen butternut squash. This is actually the secret ingredient. 2 tablespoons of butter, 0% Greek non-fat yogurt, whole wheat macaroni elbow pasta, and reduced fat milk. You'll need a half a cup of cubed sharp light cheese, about a cup of Parmesan cheese shredded, 1 egg, and oat flour. All right guys, now I've blended the flour, the milk, and butter together with the cheeses, and now I've added in half the box of butternut squash. It's frozen, so it pretty much looks like this. So once I added it to the roux, I had to make sure that that was melted. So now that that's melted and everything is blended together, we're going to add our seasonings. Okay, the dry mustard, cumin, garlic powder, and salt. And now I'm going to add freshly cracked pepper. I like pepper, so I'm just going to put a lot in there. Okay, now we're going to just mix that all together. Okay, so now we're going to add the roux to the pasta that has been drained, and I just transferred it right back into the pot that I used to cook the pasta in. It just makes for less of a mess. Okay, now just make sure that's blended all together. Okay, so now I let the roux, the cheese mixture, and the pasta cool down, and what I'm going to do is transfer it into an 8x8 casserole dish. If you're making a larger dish, the measurements will change, but for 2 to 4 people, an 8x8 dish should work. It's no need to grease it because you have the butter and the cheese in the mixture, so it won't stick to the bottom. Okay, so pour that, dump that right in. Okay. And what I'm going to do now is crack my egg, transfer it into the mixture. What I waited to do, why I waited to put the egg in there, is because if you add egg to a hot mixture, it will eventually start to scramble and you don't. Okay, I'm going to also add in the Greek yogurt while the mixture is cool. You don't want to add in Greek yogurt to a hot pasta because that too will curdle, okay? So make sure you have all of that in there and just fold that in, okay? But before I transfer it into the oven, I am going to add a little more of the cheese. Now earlier I told you all that I was going to add in cube cheeses. Now traditional Southern mac and cheese, well I know my grandmother's Southern mac and cheese, she always added in cubes, and that's so you can get those nice gooey pockets of cheese between the pasta. So just dump that right in, fold that in there, make sure it's evenly distributed throughout the pasta. You want every piece to have those nice chunks, okay? So make sure that's done. All right, and now we're going to top the mac and cheese with a little bit more of the shredded cheese. All right, top it with the aluminum foil, transfer it into the oven that has been preheated to 375. Let it bake for 25 to 30 minutes. Between time, around 15 to 20 minutes, you're gonna take off the aluminum foil and let the top brown, and then after that, we'll be done. Okay, now I'm gonna just cut into it and dish it onto my plate. All right. You might wanna try to get around the edges because that may be the only part that sticks, but other than that, nothing else should stick. It should just come right up if you use a spatula. So, take it right up. Ooh, look at that. Okay. That looks great. Okay, now for the fun part. Try it. This is it. It still has flavor, it's still cheesy, and plus you have some nutrients in it. Remember guys, until next time, live, love, and laugh, and in between, eat some really good food.